Hello, everyone. My name is Christine Myers. I'm pleased to be here with you at PSI Inc. I'm glad that you reached out to my firm to help with your donation recognition accounting procedures. From what I gather, you actually even had a little bit of a minor dispute between the donation chair and the CFO, but we'll get to all of that. And we'll help you get to the bottom of this and how you should treat or how you should recognize these donations. So to get right into it, you presented us with a gentleman came to you and said that he had quite a significant amount of land and cash that he wanted you to donate to another nonprofit organization at some point in the near future. It was $500,000 in cash and $1 million in land. And your CFO thinks that it should be recognized later, and the donation chair thinks that it should be recognized in year 15. So we'll make sure that we go through. I actually went through some research to make sure that I was presenting you with the best course of action going forward from here, and that you treat this situation as it should be treated and recognize it in the way that it should be recognized. That being said, I'm going to share with you the presentation that I put together to show you an example and examples of my research and exactly why I'm presenting the opinion to you that I am. So if you give me 1 second. I apologize in advance. I couldn't get this to show for the whole screen. So this is for PSI Inc.'s recognition of charitable donations, presented by myself. And what are the facts in this case? So Peter Piper came to you, wants to donate land recently appraised at $1 million and $500,000 in cash. He wondered whether he should be the one to pick the beneficiary, or if Carla, your donation chair, should pick the beneficiary. And as I mentioned before, it is in dispute as to whether PSI should recognize this transaction in year 5 or 15 or in the following year. So my opinion of how this should be treated. Since PSI will be holding the donation for an unspecified period of time. Oh, this is just more of the facts, I apologize. Also, there are no restrictions on the transfer of the gift. In other words, Carla feels that she will have say over what's formally declared by year end and who will receive the gift. So in my opinion, it is best to record this transaction in year 15 in the interest of transparency. So that being said, reasons for recognizing it now as compared to later. Transparency is the biggest reason for recognizing the donation at this time. This is supported by FAS 116, paragraph 72, where it is mentioned that the board believes that non-recognition or delayed recognition generally omits relevant information about an entity's economic resources and obligations and about its activities during a period, which makes financial statements unnecessarily incomplete. So we also have to look at not just that, but why I feel this is right and what effects that will then have on PSI Inc.'s income or financial statements. It will have an impact on the income statement. It will be recorded as contribution revenue. However, it will be listed in the other revenue section, which I don't have shown here, which isn't produced by normal everyday business operating. Whereas the balance sheet, there will be a $500,000 increase to cash, $1 million increase to fixed assets, land, and then on the other side of that would be a liability of a donation liability, but it's expected to be current of $1.5 million. So the net impact on the income or on the financial statements is negligible or zero because you have the asset to offset the liability. So that being said, where to record the donation? As I was just going over, Cheryl thinks that the recipient organization, PSI, is granted variance power, which is the power to direct the use of the assets. So they should, as I just presented, debit the asset and credit, which this side, as I spoke of as well, is on the income statement of crediting contribution revenue. This will also add a liability to the balance sheet. Here is an illustration from FAS 136 Appendix A, which shows how the recipient organization should record the donation, which is something that I just went over.